Welcome into the Pie Factory in historic downtown Jasper. Coach Heath Burns Show on for this Wednesday night holiday week. And, Coach, how was Christmas?
Man, it was great. It was great. We had a great time hanging with family and getting to see people I hadn't seen in a while. So it's always good to be festive with your family and have a good time with people that you don't get to spend as much time as you'd want to with. But it's family. It's a great time. So we had a great time, man. It was great to see my in-laws too. We had a great time at my in-laws' house. Always a fun time there. A lot of jokes, a lot of pranks. Danny Gambrell he's one for pranks, man. So
yeah, I figure he's probably that kind of person. Known him a while.
It's good to see my dad. Dad's been through a bout,
Yeah.
and so he's fighting with this deal he's going through. But it was good to see him, after his surgery and home for Christmas. So it was a great holiday.
I saw a video online of the Grinch coming into the house, and the guy looked familiar even though he had a mask on. You did a great job with that.
I thought I did too, man.
The curb stomping the gift was
Look, I was gonna stomp more, but it hurt so daggum bad when I stomped it. My knee is still hurting. Like
no.
I really wish I wouldn't have done that, but it hurt so bad I didn't stomp another gift. But I was gonna stomp 2 or 3.
Yeah.
I couldn't see out of the mask. I was gonna grab 3 or 4 presents. I couldn't see, so I didn't grab any. And then I grabbed a iPad. So
Right, I saw that.
in which that set her off. That set
yeah.
my little niece Eddie Claire off, and before
Don't mess with the iPads.
she was screaming. I was running out and ran in the middle of the road. There were several of you that honked at me and didn't run over me. I thank you for that. But
They didn't know who it was.
well, I found out. It was funny is Eric Phillips was one of them. I found out the next day that like 2 or 3 of the people that honked at me were people I work with or people I know, so it's kind of embarrassing. So, but it was fun. Man, we have a good time in our family. So
that's what it's all about. Well, since we last talked, we were, of course, coming off a couple of tough games and been off. And how do you, with the holidays, what is the schedule like for the team? What do you do? I mean, do you practice some? Do you do shoot-arounds, or do you let them spend time? How do you break that up?
Well, we want, we try to stress, family first.
Right.
Family before basketball. So we do give them some quality time with their family because, hey, man, they deserve that. And everybody wants to be with their families in the holidays, and we want to be with our families, our coaching staff. So
people don't realize how much time you put in.
They don't. If they can see my eyes right now, that know I just come off a nap before I came here. I didn't even know I was going to nap. So we do put a lot of time into it. But we gave them 5-6 days off, and then came back and went twice yesterday. We brought them in and went 10 to 12. I told them, it's a running joke. When I say 10 to 12, it's usually to 2.
Yeah.
And then what it was yesterday, the plan was 10 to 12, and then we're going to eat lunch and watch film 12 to 1, and then come back and go 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Well, it ended up going 1 to about 4:15.
Right.
So today the thing was 10 to 12. So they said, no way, Coach. We know right now, we're talking about 2 o'clock. I said, I promise you, no later than 12:30. So we ended up going to 1 o'clock today.
Yeah.
So that was a good 30 minutes is not bad for me. So
right.
We do give them 5 days off. We come back and we do a 2-a-day day yesterday and came back and went 3 hours today. So we feel like we're ready to go. Our guys, they did get some shots up over the holidays. Some came in and got on the gun, and the shoot around, they shot a lot on the gun over the holidays. It's really good to have resources like we have at Jasper, so you can, you don't have to have a rebounder to have things in there like that. So the guys go in, they get up 500 a day, and we have some that do that. Now, some don't, but
500 shots a day?
Yeah, we've got a couple that do that. And, John Bryant Beatty's one of them. He likes to get a lot of shots up.
Well, I mean, and that shows.
It does. He is. He's worked hard to be where he's at. He's where he's at because he's worked so freaking hard. I mean, the guy just don't quit. I mean, he takes a lot of charges in game. Not a lot of kids do that these days, but he took 3 in practice today.
Yeah.
In practice, like Allen Iverson, in practice, man, the guy goes hard every time he touches the floor. And I'm so proud that he's getting the the accolades he's getting right now. You know I can't think of another guy that would be shooting better than 50% like he is shooting from the 3-point line right now. I can't think of another guy that in 14 games has made, averaging 4.1 threes a game. So I mean, the guy is shooting it well. So
Yeah,
we're proud of him.
and you want that to continue, no doubt. We are live from the Pie Factory in historic downtown Jasper. Later tonight, we have bingo here. Got Monster Jam tickets to give away, a bunch of stuff. So come on out and see us. We'll be here all evening. Coach, you talk about 14 games, and it's been a nice stretch here. How's the injury situation? Normally, this is a good time for you, too, to kind of heal up and rest up a little bit before you get into that beef of the schedule where you have a lot of area games and you're trying to get to February.
Yeah, it's good right now. John Michael Brown is by no means healed, but he is as good as he's going to get. He was really the only one left of the injuries that we were worried, concerned about. But
Yeah.
he's got to have surgery. I mean, he's got a torn MPFL, and I didn't even know what that was.
I don't.
I might have those letters wrong, but it's something that holds the kneecap together. Somebody might want to call in and correct me on that, but
I don't.
I think that's correct, MPFL. But anyway, he has got a brace that holds it together, that keeps it firm. So he's practicing hard. He looks as good now as he did when he got hurt. So
Oh,
I
wow.
don't know how that is. He's telling me today, he said, Coach, I don't get it. Like I want to go for a second opinion because I don't think I need surgery. So he's diving on the floor like he did before. He's getting a lot of confidence back. So, we're going to throw some things at him and throw him in the fire here after the holidays. We think that he's a guy that, before Christmas, man, he was a guy that was really helping us from the 3-point line, and defensively doesn't stop. He just doesn't get tired, and he's on a lot of loose balls. He's a guy that wins a lot of 50-50, so we depend on him to do a lot of things defensively for us, but also offensively as well.
How many seniors do we have on this team?
We have three: John Bryant, Beatty, and then you have Corey Shepard, Mr. Consistent, and Bubba Odom. And I thought Bubba was going to come in tonight, but Bubba had some ACT prep tutoring to go to, and that's a little bit more important
That's a little more
than coming down and talking with us.
That's
So,
right.
Bubba's got his head on right. Bubba's a great kid. So three seniors, man. We bring back a host of freshman, sophomore, eighth grader, and a couple of juniors. So we're going to be okay for a little bit, man.
You got that right. All right, the Coach Heath Burns Show live for the Pie Factory here. We're going to take our first break, come back and talk about a couple of games this week. Going to be a tough stretch for the Vikings. Still, 10th in the state, I guess. Late new polls?
Yes, no new polls out.
Yeah.
We're still 10th, so we're hanging in there.
Hanging in there. But we'll be back after this 2-minute break to more of the Coach Heath Burns Show live for the Pie Factory. Welcome back into the Pie Factory in historic downtown Jasper. Brett Elmore alongside the coach, Heath Burns, and we were talking off air that, this team's played really well, but, we're going into a stretch here the next two games. Very interesting matchups. Talk about the next 2 days and what your team's going to be facing.
Well, we're going to Rainsville, Alabama, where Plainview High School is, and we're playing in the First Bank Shootout, and it's something that we usually do. We did it when we were at Cordova. We did it when I was at Hueytown. So I have a good relationship with Robbie Coker for years, and Robbie's done a great job there. So for him to allow us to come up and compete in that is very nice of him, but it's also very it's a good opportunity for our guys to go up and see guys that you're not used to seeing, that you hear about.
Yeah.
You hear about the good basketball that's played there, but we don't get to see it firsthand. So it's really good for our guys to see teams like Plainview High School play, to compete against them. Hewitt-Trussville, Columbus High School out of Georgia. I mean, there's going to be some good basketball teams there, but to be able to play Hewitt-Trussville first round, I mean, that's going to be big for our guys to get. That's tomorrow night at 5:30, and at 7 o'clock on the show night, you get Plainview in their house. So, our guys are, it's going to be a different environment. Basketball they love it up there,
Yeah,
but
they
I'm
do.
going to tell you, we love it here too.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many calls I've got saying, "Hey, coach, what time do we play? Is the gym there on campus?" I mean, we got a lot of people that are going to travel, so
Right.
it's getting that way here. We love sports here, period. So
Yeah.
Plainview's a different animal when it comes to that. They love basketball, and that's it. It's a different. They have a different style of play, but it's one that is very intriguing. It's one that I think we can get our guys to play at. We're almost there. In a very short period of time right now. At that level, no, but we're playing hard. We are in the same, almost the same schemes, almost the same system. I mean, it's nice to see our guys go out and compete and understand what we're doing and play at the intensity we talked about earlier. The guys are playing so hard, and to get to see them play in the open floor like they do defensively and offensively, it's fun to watch every night.
It is, and they're competitive, and they're going to be in every game. It seems like tomorrow night a 7A squad, and that's a different level of play when you go from 5A to 7A, and you know how that is. And Hewitt's a very good basketball team. It's beat some really quality opponents.
They have. They've beaten Mountain Brook. They've beaten Ramsey. They beat Ramsey actually before the break, and Ramsey's in our area, so. This gives us a good opportunity to see where we're at. Can we play with Ramsey? If we can play with Hewitt-Trussville, we can play with Ramsey. Jeremy Monso does a great job. This is his first year there. He was at Clay before this. He's been around, so the guy does a good job. He's totally revamped the program. They're playing good basketball right now, so it's going to be a challenge for us because those guys guard. They want to beat you 35-30. And that's a game that we're not used to.
Right.
We're used to scoring a little bit,
Right,
run
yeah.
a little bit, and those guys are going to walk it down. They're going to be methodical with what they do. They're going to take their time. They're going to guard your butt, man. They're going to be under your chin wherever you go. It doesn't matter if they're on or off the ball. So we're going to have to be disciplined. We're going to have to, value the basketball a little better than we have. Last game, against Gunnersville, we were looking at some statistics here lately, and the amount of turnovers that we had there in the fourth and in the third quarter, I don't know how we were still in the game. I don't know how we had an 11-point lead, but I look back at it and I thought, doggone, we had so many opportunities to put these guys away. But it was good for us to come in and watch that film yesterday
Learn
and
from
say,
it.
hey, man, this is what we got to do in this situation.
Yeah.
Because we hadn't been in that situation. These guys have never been in a situation where they're playing a team like that and competing. So it was good for those guys to play a team like Gunnersville that's ranked second in 5A and compete at a level that they play at, really on the road in a neutral site, but it's more in the Gunnersville area than us. So it was a hostile environment, but our guys played great.
Very good. So you guys are going to go up. What's the plan tomorrow? Y'all going up early, or
We
I know
are.
you were staying the night.
We're going to go up. We're going to leave at 11. We're going to go up, eat. It's a first-class deal up there. They feed you every day. They put you up in a hotel. So it's a nice deal. We're going to go up and eat at Kelly's Kitchen. So that's our girls' basketball coach's mother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Blake's mother is going to feed us. She's done that for years. So, and I really didn't know that was his mom till last year when I was there, and she asked me if I knew anyone from Jasper. So that's when I made the connection. But it's a great event, man. It really is. They take care of us. We're going to go up. We're going to eat. Then we'll check in. We'll have a shoot around at 3. Then go back and get ready to take care of business at 4:30. We play at 5:30.
Very good. Coach Heath Burns joining us tonight from the Pie Factory in historic downtown Jasper. If you're looking for a place to eat tonight, come on out. They got the bowl games on. We got Alabama and Mississippi State basketball coming up at 8 o'clock tonight. A game you can hear live on the radio. We'll have airtime at 7 o'clock here on JLX. And, of course, the bowl games going on. What if you're a basketball guy. What do you think about the coach there at Alabama and the job he's done?
I think he's fantastic. I love hearing Nate Oates speak. The job he's done in a short period of time has been great, man. It's been miraculous to watch. I mean, I'm an Alabama fan, so
Yeah.
I'm a diehard. So I'm a little biased when it comes to Alabama basketball because I can remember back to the Derek McKee game, days when you had McKee, Godfrey, Jim Farmer, Michael Ansley, those guys. The Sweet 16 runs that we couldn't get past. It seemed like forever we couldn't get by the Sweet 16 game, and then finally Godfrey gets by the 16 game with Chuck Davis and that group, Petway and Ernest Shelton, guys that really shouldn't have been in the gym with like Ori and Spreewell teams, James Hollywood Robinson teams. So to see Nate Oates put quality players on the floor and get them to play in his system, which heck, it's an NBA system. Who wouldn't want to play in that system?
Sure.
And sell them on the one and done, the two and done, whatever you got to do to get the next level. And I love it, man. I think he's doing an outstanding job. To get guys that are making money already in college now, dealing with the NIL, dealing with the transfer portal. I mean, I don't know how those guys do it, but he seems to do it really well. There's a very good balance with what he understands about that stuff, and I'm gonna tell you, he handles and manages as good as I've ever seen a college coach do it. And, I think he's as good as there is in college basketball. I think there's some really good coaches too in college basketball. I hope we can keep him. I've told several people, we're lucky to have that guy. An NBA team will look at the statistics he's throwing out there, and I'm sure they are already. I mean, the points per possession, the points per game, the possessions per game. I mean, he's crazy the way he thinks mathematically, and he's a math teacher. That's what's crazy. So he knows the numbers. He knows the statistics of what he needs to win a basketball game, to compete in a basketball game, whether it's a high-level team or a low-level team. He's sharp, and he's first class.
Let's get back as we're about to wrap things up here. We're heading toward the bottom of the hour. Talk about, we got the 2 games coming up, but then after that we'll break for the new year, and then we really get into the grind because we got a lot of area games coming up. It's going to determine a lot, and of course in high school basketball we start the tournaments and stuff in February, I believe. Talk about when we come back from the break, what have we got lined up?
Well, January 6th, we play Carver. That'll be our second area game, Carver-Birmingham, and that's a big game for us.
Yeah.
Athletically, Carver's probably as good as there is in our area. They're as good as Ramsey athletically. I'm going to tell you, this might be a stretch, but they're probably, to me, the most improved team in Birmingham right now. I mean, they're playing really good basketball. They were in a game with Winona that was a dogfight that went down about 3 minutes ago in the fourth when Winona pulled away. I mean, the guys can play. I mean,
the whole area seems to be tight. I saw last night where Hayden had beaten someone. I forgot who it was.
Oh, goodness, if you wouldn't
have
said
said
that. It was a good team.
Yeah, it was like a 7A school or something.
Somebody texted me about that. Yeah, they beat somebody really good last night.
And I was looking at it and I thought, Gee whiz,
I told somebody the other day, Hayden's got 4 guards that can play with anybody, and one up front guard. He's a top level guy. I mean, he shoots it really well.
They defeated Decatur,
That's who it was.
62-61.
Yeah. They can play. I'm telling you, this area. Actually, our staff and I were talking about it. If there's a better area in 5A, I want to see it. Let's see it right now, because I'm going to tell you, we've got 4 solid basketball teams in our area. And I'm going to tell you, the guy at Carver, I can't think of his name, but he is doing a great job with those kids. He's a second-year guy there. He played a little bit overseas, and we had some good conversations when I was at Hueytown. The guy does a great job. So, with Carver coming into the 6th and turn around in the 10th, you get Ramsey. So I think that's going to be the game that I think, we go into that hopefully 3-0 in the area. I think they probably do the same. And it's going to be a dogfight. I'm just glad it's at our place. We have we not lost at home. We play a little better at home. So
mark your calendars and be there.
We want a big turnout.
Yeah,
exactly
absolutely.
Right.
Need one. And the community has been very supportive, and we've had some good crowds, and that's always good to see. And like you mentioned, and I've talked about it before with other folks, Jasper, it's a basketball community.
It is.
But I've always said you have to put a quality product on the floor. If you do that, the people will come.
You're right.
You put a good quality product out there, the people will show up, and I've seen it time and time again, and I'm starting to see it now at Jasper.
Well, I hope so. I think we're putting a quality group out on the floor. I think they compete hard every night. But you're right, this is a solid basketball community. There are a lot of people here that are, I wouldn't say old. I don't want to say older generation, but a lot of Glenn Clem people around.
That's
and if you were around for those days,
yeah,
you know basketball. You know good basketball. Clem used to get all the Big Ten guys that couldn't make the grades to get in school.
Right.
And Gene Cady, Bobby Knight, I remember those guys sending kids to Walker College to play because they couldn't get in to their university.
Right, yeah.
So, basketball here is deep. There's some deep, good roots here. And, I see people that I used to see as a kid that played there and that would sit in those blue and white chairs.
That's right.
That was in the Blue Tie Club that really know the game of basketball. And it's fun to see those guys coming out and watch us play.
Absolutely.
That's what's special. And it makes it special, to have those guys come up and talk to you and hey, say, Coach, hey, man, when do you play next? What time we play?
Right.
Where is Rainsville at? How far is it? So to have those guys involved and their wives is really special.
It really is. Well, Coach, appreciate your time as always, each and every week, breaking down the program and keeping us abreast of what's going on. And, of course, we're looking forward to getting back on the air with basketball after the first of the year. But best of luck in Rainsville, and looking forward to seeing the outcome of those games.
Thank you, man. Sure appreciate you, Brett.
Coach Heath Burns live for the Pie Factory each and every Wednesday night. We will send it back to our studios. Coming up at the top of the hour, Alabama basketball right here on WJLX. And, of course, if you're looking for something to do tonight, the Pie Factory, the place to be. We have bingo night tonight. It starts at 7 o'clock. Win some great prizes. We'll be here until 9 o'clock tonight. Until next week, for Coach Burns, I'm Brett Elmore saying so long for the Pie Factory.